What does it take to shake Zen Buddhism from stagnation and breathe new life into its practice? One man, armed not with a sword, but with words, paintings, and riddles, would redefine the spiritual path for generations to come. His name was Hakuin Ekaku, a fiery monk whose passion for awakening turned quiet monasteries into vibrant centres of discipline and insight. Born in 1686 in the modest village of Hara, nestled beneath the watchful presence of Mount Fuji, Hakuin was the son of a low-ranking samurai family. His childhood appeared ordinary on the surface, simple days, steady routines, but beneath that calm lay a storm of anxiety. One pivotal moment would change the course of his life forever. Around the age of 11, he attended a dramatic public reading of Buddhist scriptures. The preacher described, in vivid and terrifying detail, the punishments awaiting souls condemned to the torments of hell. Iron spikes, oceans of fire, relentless demons. The imagery gripped young Hakuin's imagination and refused to let go. Night after night he lay awake, paralysed by fear, unable to shake the horrors that had been planted so deeply in his mind. While others might have recoiled or tried to forget, Hakuin leaned into the fear. Rather than run from these haunting visions, he resolved to confront the roots of suffering directly. If hell existed, he thought, there must also be a way to escape it, not by chance but through true understanding. This wasn't just a boy's panic, it was the first stirrings of a determination that would shape his entire life. At 15, driven by this relentless inner pressure, Hakuin made a decision few his age would even consider. He left his family home and entered the path of Zen Buddhism, convinced that only through deep spiritual practice could he silence the terror that haunted him. His early years as a novice were marked by discipline and study, but he quickly became disillusioned by what he encountered. The monastic world he entered did not match the fervour of his quest. Too often, he found teachers who went through the motions, monks reciting sutras mechanically, their minds elsewhere. Temples had become, in his eyes, places of routine rather than spaces of transformation. Instead of finding guidance, he met complacency. Instead of insight, he found rituals drained of meaning. This disappointment didn't push him away from Zen, it pushed him deeper into the search. Unsatisfied with shallow teachings, Hakuin began a long period of wandering, travelling from master to master across Japan. Each visit brought hope, but many encounters left him frustrated. He was not looking for comfort, he was seeking someone who could shake him awake. That person finally appeared in the form of Shoju Rojin, a Zen master known for his direct and often brutal methods. Shoju was not gentle. He did not coddle students or offer soothing words. When Hakuin approached him with philosophical questions and intellectual pride, Shoju struck like a hammer against glass, smashing Hakuin's illusions and exposing the emptiness beneath his clever words. It was not kindness that Shoju offered. It was challenge. Under Shoju's relentless scrutiny, Hakuin was forced to confront his own ego, his attachments, his pretensions. The result was not immediate peace, but crisis. Hakuin plunged into a painful confrontation with himself, experiencing what he later described as a profound awakening. But even this breakthrough did not satisfy him. Unlike many practitioners who might declare enlightenment as the final destination, Hakuin viewed it as only the beginning. For him, awakening required ongoing effort, relentless questioning, continuous stripping away of false certainty. His commitment to this view drove him into intense periods of meditation, so extreme that he fell seriously ill. Hakuin later called this experience Zen sickness, a collapse of both body and mind caused by the ferocity of his practice. Weak, tormented by anxiety and fearing madness, he sought help from a Taoist hermit named Hakuin. The hermit prescribed special breathing exercises and energy work, which helped restore Hakuin's strength and balance, allowing him to continue his spiritual path without destroying himself. Emerging from this crucible of suffering, Hakuin did not simply resume the role of monk. He became a force of renewal within Zen Buddhism, Rather than preach from isolated monasteries, he took his message to the people, peasants, warriors, merchants. His teaching was clear, direct, often provocative. He challenged lazy thinking. He demanded effort. Hakuin also wielded creativity as part of his spiritual arsenal. His ink paintings and calligraphy were not meant for decoration. Each brushstroke carried intent. His art crackled with life, playful, intense, humorous, but always purposeful. His bold depictions of figures like Bodhidharma, eyes blazing with resolve, mirrored the fierce spirit he brought to his teaching. Perhaps most famously, Hakuin crafted some of the enduring koans of Zen tradition. These riddles were not puzzles to be solved with logic, but devices meant to tear apart habitual thought. His question, "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" remains one of the most recognized and baffling spiritual provocations in the world, a challenge designed to yank the mind out of ordinary patterns and force it into deeper awareness. Through all this, Hakuin stayed close to everyday concerns. He was not an ivory tower philosopher. He taught farmers how to practice mindfulness while working the land. He instructed samurai on integrating Zen into their daily responsibilities. He encouraged women, often excluded from serious Buddhist practice, to engage fully with the teachings. His approach was rigorous but practical. Awakening was not reserved for the elite. Until the very end of his life, Hakuin remained uncompromising. His words could sting, his methods could exhaust, but beneath the sharpness was a profound care for the well-being of those he guided. His life's work reshaped Zen Buddhism into a dynamic, engaged practice, one that demanded participation, not passive belief. Hakuin Ekaku died in 1769, but the fire he lit continues to burn in the hearts of seekers worldwide.